On one of my final afternoons in Damascus, I stood on the front balcony of my grandmother's house, running my fingertips farewell over the leaves of a bitter orange tree.
What made me move to Syria in 2011 was that I saw there was an opportunity. I had always wanted to write a book about Syria, but before Syria came to dominate Western headlines, there wasn't a market for such a book. So the fact that Syria had become a major news story provided an opportunity for there to be an interest in a book. But personally, I had always wanted to write a book about Syria because I didn't feel that I saw anything that I never read anything about Syria that was true to the Syria that I knew. So the central metaphor of the book is this house. This was the house that my grandmother moved to as a new bride when Syria was a new nation state. But in 1970, when 2 months before Hafiz al-Assad came to power, my grandmother rented this house out. And the way the laws worked, as I say in the book, neither the man who rented the house nor Hafiz al-Assad ever left. And so, because we had gotten our house back at the end of 2010 and we're going to begin to restore it in 2011, I thought I might be restoring a house at the same time that Syrians were taking back their country.
After taking the house back, they had decided to restore it, though with the exception of updates to the bathrooms and kitchens, they did not really change it. None of us knew now if they would ever see it again or spend any time in it, as no one knew anymore who would possess the country or the house in the future.
At the beginning, it felt exciting to be in Syria, even as I was aware of the risks and that the things might be dangerous for activists or journalists. But I never imagined that the regime would sort of unleash such levels of violence against its people. What I wish people would understand from my book about Syria is that it was a flawed but beautiful place that was worth fighting to preserve, and not to let it become the scene for all these different proxy battles, and that its people were worth seeing as human and seeing that their dreams and their aspirations and their very lives had value.